people. Like for example, if somebody wants to buy a gift of this staycation package for their friend, their wife, if a business wants to give it to their best customers at a time when the morale was very low, they could do that. Um, so make a package which involves supporting local businesses outside as well. For example, we're gonna have to see what opens up first, but maybe golf courses, and then make that part of the staycation package for the guest. Um, and then just like restaurants and spas, like we'll see what's nearby. We want to add more things for the staycation package that people can have, that we would put on social media for the community to select workers that they know and then tick off the boxes on things that they like. So then when the person comes in, the healthcare workers, whenever we can, and we're gonna know that by talking to the city, being close to the city of Mississauga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll get to, but the people will come back and they're gonna have a gift here because the person referring is gonna tell them what like three of their favorite things. So I would want that worker to walk in and then see their favorite bottle of wine or their favorite flower with a note from the person who referred. And then they would come and then they would see it in this nice, beautiful, chill room, read it here, and then coming out of COVID, which is like the depth of a bad time, to come to this, okay, you did that, it's done, like all that work, you saved all these lives, and then to acknowledge it, appreciate it with their favorite thing from somebody that they know. I thought that would be a very empowering experience to give for both people involved and perhaps other people. So that's what I wanted to start off with. Now from the business mindset, because I need to sell this idea and vision to the ownership group and Hyatt as well,
Mm-hmm.
who are struggling to think outside the box on what to do because they're old fashioned, not. And I'm saying that because the best advice I've received during the past few weeks were people from my own age group who are, because they're more adaptable, creative, open-minded. So that's kind of what we need to like get out of this situation for the business. And then going back to the city, that's why I'm trying to understand what the city's problems are by going to individual specific workers, developing a relationship with them, and then figuring out the way together how to open, when to open, what to offer. And then part of that component is building the image brand from the healthcare packages, and then trying to sell those packages for people to give as a gift to somebody that they love, and making it customized with businesses and ideas in the right way, using the city's support. And then that would help direct us on what the right process is for what will help us get out of this situation together. Because what I want to do is take the story of this hotel that has been through as much as it's been through to face being done on the day that this crisis hits the world, and then using that as an opportunity to support the community throughout this time. For me, that would be beautiful. That would be like poetic. That would be a dream come true. That's my next dream. That's the next thing that I have in mind. After accomplishing a dream, after accomplishing two. One was who I developed, like how I developed to become who I am right now, and the small things I did every day on this path to get to that state. That's one. And then two was using that experience to do something badass as fuck that I could always think about, and I'm just like fucking blown away by how fucking awesome it is and what I had to do, and just using that as just like the push to get the big things that I want done, and doing it in a hotel experience, which is such a physical thing. Like everything around is physical. It's all been brought here through many days of doing that, and then bringing that story twice and achieving a third dream, which is this vision of what community I want to see, how I want to help the people during this time, from like it all ties in to me like really well. Like that ties in from, you know, the stuff that I did throughout my life. Like it's all kind of tied in.
There's a big connection between all of
There's
them.
a big connection. Yeah.
And you mentioned one thing about the Hyatt Place, Mississauga being involved in the community. Are you talking about specific causes like mental health or maybe lack of, you know, educational funding? Like where in the community is the Hyatt Place going to be involved in for Mississauga?
That's the question. That's a great question that is in the next phase for me to understand. To understand that is constant dialogue, communication with the city of Mississauga, seeing what the people need. What I just thought at this point in time, it was supporting a group of people that have helped us get through this by putting their lives on the line. So, and then giving them that kind of a gift, right? But then going back to your question.
But yeah, I guess it's going to be a thing where we're going to find out as time goes on, right?
Could you repeat the question again?
Yeah, okay, no problem. So you mentioned something about the Hyatt Place, Mississauga getting involved in the community.
Yeah.
Do you mean something like a specific cause considering mental health, or if that's something where it's about educational funding? Where in the community is the Hyatt Place, Mississauga getting involved in?
Where in the community? What I would like to think of it as, it's what the community needs right now to get over the current hurdle, right? So that's why I wanted to promote well-being. I wanted to support essential workers. I wanted to support the people that make up this city in terms of the businesses that keep things going. And then use the banquet hall to facilitate that. Use the banquet hall and the rooms. Because the banquet hall, for me, the rest of the team have given up on it because you cannot have as many social events. And corporate groups have been lost. For me, that's been moved into phase 3. Right now, what for me is phase 1 is the domestic people and what the community needs, right? So right now, well-being, it's important for me. I think it's important for people to get through this, which includes mental health, of course. And I wanted to get key influencers in those groups, pinpointing, like being able to explain how to get, like how to support those communities through key influencers and their networks by shooting speaker series or presentations here inside the hall, shooting it online for a broad audience to see, using the small amount of people that are allowed to be inside the rooms as we start, like maybe 20, then 50, like as COVID progresses, but then using that for exclusivity, right? So bringing in the people that are more influential, because we need that kind of power to do the big things, because what we need is community collaboration. I've been just reaching out to friends and getting amazing advice just like that. Now I'm reaching out, finding what people's problems are, how we can help, and it's out there. It's out there, but to get to that place, I need to work with the people around me. Like everyone needs to collaborate together, win-win, because I think what we could do is really grow stronger together and then come out of this situation in due time, like thriving, like really like a new, I think it's gonna start from local communities, right? So like cities and then countries, and then as people navigate this crisis, which is just forcing the world to flip and just change their stuff. And so Mississauga, being the big city that it is in this beautiful, amazing country that have done pretty well during this time, we could be a significant component of that. So the vision of that, by using the building and facility that I love, is mesmerizing. With that said, I gotta go home.
True. That's been all, folks.